Hi, now we will see about knowledge representation and reasoning, especially the topics like logical agents, knowledge-based agent, and proportional logic. So, logical agent, so an agent which can represent the knowledge of its world, its goal, as well as the current situation. Any agent we take, it may be a goal-based agent, or it may be a simple reflex agent. So, whatever may be the type of agent, so it can represent whatever knowledge it has. It can, it can deliver it in any manner, right? And as well as its goal, as well as the current situation. So a logical agent, basically it has a collection of sentence. So what is this sentence means? This is a language expression, and these logical agent, they will express it in terms of logic. So these by using these logical sentence, right? So the agent decides what to do by inferring the knowledge, like it can make a conclusion that okay, this is the environment and this is the way it has to act. So the conclusions are achieved by certain action or a set of actions. So on the whole, knowledge and reasoning are very important for logical agent. So an intelligent agent needs knowledge about the real world for taking the decision, and reasoning to in order to act efficiently. So on the whole, knowledge based agents are those agents which is having the capability of maintaining a internal state of the internal state of the knowledge, reason over that knowledge, and it has the ability to uh, on the whole, the knowledge based agents are those agents which has the capability of maintaining the internal state of the knowledge, reasoning over that knowledge. It can able to update the knowledge after observations, and it can take actions. So right, so this knowledge based agent, basically it is composed of two parts. One is the knowledge base and other one is the inference engine. So what is a knowledge based agent? What are the activities it can do? So the agent which is able to represent the state, actions, etc., or it is an agent which is able to incorporate the new percepts, that is it is able to observe the sequence of events from the environment, right? And then the agent which can update or it can deduce, or that is it can modify the internal representation of the world, and an agent which can deduce appropriate actions. So if an agent which is having all these four characteristics, then we can say that it is a knowledge based agent. So this is the architecture diagram for a knowledge based agent one. So here we have this environment, and this is a knowledge based agent. Okay, so in that it has an inference engine and it has a knowledge base. So whatever the agent is observing from the environment, so it will be taken in the inference engine and it will be updated in the knowledge base also. So accordingly, based on the percept, it will take the decision and the output is given at the other side. So this is what the learning happenings whenever the the inputs from the environment is new, then it will be sent to the knowledge base. It will store it, and then it will do the processing also. So accordingly it will act. So knowledge base, it is a central component, right? It is a collection of sentence and it is required for updating the knowledge for an agent to learn with experience. That is, it will make a comparison with the already learnt, right? And then it will take action as per the knowledge. Whereas inference, so it means deriving the new sentence from the old one. So inference system allows us to add a new sentence to the already existing sentences in the knowledge base. So what is a sentence? It is a proposition about the world. So inference system apply all the logical rules to the knowledge base in order to deduce new information. The inference system works mainly in two rules. One is the forward chaining and the backward chaining. So these two topics, we will see it in the next forthcoming slides. Before that, we will learn what is a proportional logic. As I already told you, knowledge based agent, it works uses the language expression in the form of a logic. So what a logic here means, it is a propositional logic, which is the simplest form of logic, where all the statements are made by only proposition. It is a declarative statement which might be either true or false. On the whole, it is a technique of knowledge representation in logical and mathematical form. So for example, here the sun rises from the west. Definitely it is a wrong statement and it is false. And 3 plus 3 it is 7. Definitely it is wrong. And 5 is a prime number. Yes, it is true. So proportional logic, it is also called as Boolean logic, as it works on zeros and ones. And this proportional logic, we can represent it by using the alphabets such as A, B, C, P, Q, R, etc. And then this proportional logic consists of an object, a relation or a function, and a logical connectivities. So these connectivities, it is also called as logical operators. So the proposition and the connectives, these are the basic elements in your proportional logic. And a proportional formula or a logic, if it is always true, then such situation we call it as a tautology, or it is also called as a valid sentence. Similarly, a proposition formula which is always false, we call it as a contradiction. So let us see some statements like where is Roni? So you will say, okay, Roni is sitting in the room. And how are you? You will answer it as fine. What is your name? You will say that your name is so and so. So such statements, it doesn't falls under proposition. Proposition logic, it will have the answers as true or false. There are two forms of proposition. One is atomic proposition and other one is the compound proposition. Atomic proposition, these are simple proposition. It consists of only one proposition symbol. And example is 2 plus 2. Definitely it is 4. The sun is cold. You will say the proposition as a false fact, isn't it? Next one is the compound proposition. So this is constructed by combining simpler or atomic proposition using parenthesis and logical connectivities. For example, it is raining today and the street is wet. So here I have two facts which is both of them might be true, isn't it? So such statements we call it as a compound proposition. So logical connectives, so these are the logical connectives is actually logical operators. So these are the operators I have. One is the inverted cap, inverted V, implication, and biconditional, and the other one is the negation. So the corresponding technical term is also given. One is conjunction, disjunction, implication, bidirectional, and negation. I have given an example also. Here statement A says that Suman is intelligent, and the statement B says that Suman is hardworking. And if I say A, V, B, it means Suman is intelligent or hardworking. So that is the way we have to represent it. So these are the truth tables for negation. So if the input is true, definitely the output is false. If the input is false, the output will be true. Whereas for conjunction, it is actually a the opposite ones. So you have input is true and true, then the output will be true. If true and false, then the output will be false. Then false and true, then you will have the false. Then false and false, you have false again. Okay. Similarly for disjunction, it is actually a union, and the previous one is the intersection. So union. So you have true and true, it is true, and false and true, it is true. True and false, it is true. Then false and false, it is false. So for implication, so true and true, then it is true. True and false, it is false. False and true, it is true. False and false, it is true. For biconditional, so you have to consider both the conditions, and true and true, it is true. True and false, it is false. False and true, it is false. False and false, it is true. Suppose in your statement, so if I have one or many, like in a compound proposition where I have many logical operators, then how the the agent will process it. For this we need the precedence of logical operators. So the first priority will be given to the parenthesis. If I get a if I get a statement with many number of logical operators, then the agent first gives the priority to the parenthesis, followed by negation, followed by the conjunction, followed by disjunction, followed by implication, and finally biconditional. So there are some properties of operators. These logical operators, they follow some properties. One is commutative property, associative property, identity, distributive, De Morgan's law, and double negation, elimination. And again we have some disadvantages which we call it as an properties of operators. So like we cannot represent relations like all, some or none with proportional logic, and only we have a expressive power is very limited. So this is all about the properties or some disadvantages of the logical operators, and with this I will stop. Thank you.